Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Joined. I think most of the participants have joined already. Shall I start or will you wait for 1 or 2 minutes so the others members will come?
Sir, ଟିକେ ଖାଲି ୱେଟ୍ କରିବା ଆଉ କିଛି ଆସିବେ।
Okay, definitely. Not an issue. Okay, we will start, I think, because if anybody will come on, definitely will join. Are you comfortable? Can you hear me all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We'll start.
Yes, sir.
Okay, definitely. We'll discuss that previous unit what we have already covered. But today we'll start first about 2 units, then we'll just round up the units we have covered. It is not sufficient for us to discuss all units in 3, 4 classes. Basically, physical mode class is more important than the virtual classes because in physically you can make the gesture how much you are attentive or how much you are replying, how much you are receiving. Suppose I am giving 100% to you, that doesn't mean you will receive all the 100%. Definitely there will be a breakage is always there. And what I used to do in my days, also in that days. Okay, we'll start today the English revelation. My dear student, please remember one or two, three chapters is the most important, and it will be useful for generation to generation for your whole life. One is your Renaissance, Reformation, American War of Revelations, Commercial Revelation, in the English Revelation. These are the most important ones. And the theory chapter, your thought, Rousseau, Diderot, Garibaldi, Montesquieu. These are the chapters will always you will be useful for you. Today we will have discussion that is not teaching, that is discussion between you and me. Because whatever we will discuss, that will be more beneficial to our next generation and to our also himself or herself. First of all, the English revelation. What do you mean English revelation? First, we will the concept and objective of the English revelation. Why do we call that English revelation? That it is not English revelation. If English, then it refers to particular language, and if the English comes before the the, then it refers to the people of England by Great Britain. The three names there. The Great Britain there. England is there. The English you may call. Three names. The English revelation. This is the one and vital important revelation which took place in 7th century AD in England, that one known as the English Revelation, which also led to the outbreak of the glorious revelation. This is the glorious. Why it is glorious? 1688. Because it is glorious, it has no bloodshed. It had no bloodshed. Not a single person died. We fought many wars, battle, anything. Then many we have sacrificed to many peoples, many wealth, economics, structure, anything. But in this revelation, we will find that there is no bloodshed there. The main object of the English revelation was that is the two groups which took place in 1640 to 60. It may also known as the Civil War. Civil War means protest against within the country or disobey the law or passed by the parliament. Revolution is the same thing. Revolt against the orthodox order which is not suitable to the common people of the state, a particular area, particular locality. Its concept comes from the strike, dharana, demonstration, revolution. If it is bigger side, you need war. War means more contingent involvement. There's a battle between two parties. The English Revolution took place in 1642 and 60. Between whom? Only one, only two persons there. The king, the crown, and the parliament. Those days, crown or king was more powerful than the parliament. Parliament has no role to play over there. Only king, whatever he thinks, whatever he will do, whatever he wish, that was the law. For that, people of England thought that it should be restricted. Restriction of the monarchy. What is the cause led behind that to outbreak of the English Revolution or the Glorious Revolution? We will analyze one by one point. So in history, you have to write everything in a point wise. If you will write in a point wise, then definitely your mark fetching will be good. Because you will write in story type, the examiner or evaluator is nobody interested to read all the your story or statement. If you will mention the only one point, that boy has written something and taught the every aspect of the question. What question meant for. Then restriction of monarchy. Monarchy was a highly injured, powerful, and important and prominent place in those days. So it should be restricted. Restriction was made by the parliament. Then you might have heard that Commonwealth game was going on, and that means Commonwealth event will be held on next 2014 24 in what is the Commonwealth? After glorious revolution, Commonwealth concept has come. Since then, it has become prevailing since 1688 or 1670. Commonwealth one, the people of England, who is they covered their state under his supremacy. They are in the Commonwealth. That means they will take part in this. China is not a common. On other countries also not in Commonwealth memberships. The only England people. Then it started that one letter issued. This is one of the parliament issued the Magna Carta, a doctrine. A doctrine was safeguard doctrine which the Magna Carta, which refers to safeguard of the crown, royalist, king, that was not bearable by the parliament. It has passed without the consent of the prior consent of the parliament. Then comes to the people's mind in that those come there is liberty, equality, and fraternity or modernity. They want to know liberty, equality, and modernity. Then comes another group. Then there are two groups that I have already told you. You might have heard that a Catholic and a Protestant. But another group formed. That group was known as the Puritans, whom we call the Puritans. Puritans basically come from the Catholic and conservative Protestant. Within their own party, there is some differences there in BJP party. Some only opposite. Some policy the opposite Narendra Modi. We understand that Advani and that Modi was not in that league. I'm not going in the political involvement in that side. But an example, within BJP party, there are also the groupism is there. Some group has supported their local government, and some of them do not support. But internally, they don't have any relation. That is what Puritans another group has come. It is the old Orthodox people, the Protestant groups and Catholic. And they supported to whom? Only the royalist of crown and the king. Main issue of one, what is the reason behind of the outbreak of this? The great, the glorious English Revolution. What is this? That is the monarchy. Who was inherited? Well, maximum land was possessed by the royalist or crown. They wanted the maximum, more than 90% of land has covered or under the occupancy of your king. Then became the capitalist group, who were made to trade and commerce with a high interest, high burden taxes. That was the one another causes. Then again another causes was the vouchers to conquer one after another countries with the more expensive. And another cause behind it was that in division of a labor is divided in still now we are paying for that male labor and female labor, woman labor, less paying. Division was the urban labor and rural labor. Urban labor is more artisan and technological sound rather than the rural labor. The division of labor, the same work, same things, some things, but where they're paying high prices or high rate of payment, but the other rural people are paying for the low rate of payments. Then those times, the Charles first was the king of that time. Charles first, who expanded his territory by hook or crook with war with Scotland without the permission of the parliament. because Charles first want to do expand his territories. You know that the condition of that England, where it is. It is in all around. You will see that only all around the sea or all around of the neighbors. No neighbors country is there. But the naval supremacy in England is more than anybody all countries. You cannot find the strongest naval army of the world. Only England. Then divine right. Divine right came into the concept that which the kings proclaimed. Because divine, because I am the king, I am the representative of the God, and whatever I will say, you will all the peoples of the England will be accepted and will be admit. I am the God. Because I am the king, because of I am king, because I am the God. I am just representative to God. So in this way, the autocracy was became. He proclaimed as a divine rights. So our rights should be protected. Then what happens? Then tax wars without the consent of the parliament. You know that today also the cabinet was seated. What happened? The cabinet has decided to increase the salary of our teachers or block grant with a seventh pay. That is school and that is colleges and all this. And the all slum dealers will get the land or quota. Anything cabinet apart. That means the consent of the cabinet. That means we people represented. So this representation and the law is making. For this, without the parliament consent, tax became the more and more the people became ruined. And the foreign policy means to expand or to cooperation to keep relation or to make a war with his country. That also need the consent of the parliament. Without parliament, we cannot do. But that king has not done that time. Charles first eagerly, without to consent of the people, so without consent member of the parliament. They do everything what he wants. Then comes the petition of rights. Petition of rights will everything will be in with the prior permission of parliament. That means nobody will be arrested. Nothing loan will be sanctioned. No tax will impose the people of America, England. Then the foreign policy will be with the safeguards as per the rules framed by the parliament. That was petition of rights became legalized. Then came a Tribunal Act. The Tribunal Act that means once every 3 months. Then you see that in what our parliament is going on every 3 months, every season. There are three sessions are going on. Every 3 months, there is once in every 3 months. Parliament will sit to discuss the progress in us, amend, law, framing. Another cause was that whom that king was appointed as a representative of the state, they become the more powerful and became autocracy. More autocratic rule they follow. And that was the request of the people. And another one is the grand remonstrations. That means the title and power of the king will be dissolved. That was passed by the parliament with 11 votes. That is known as the grand remonstration. But that was not tolerated by the king and the crowns. For that reason, there are two groups formed. One group is cavalry, another is roundheads. Cavalry means the members who supported the king, royalist, and crown. They known as the cavalry. Another group was formed who known as roundheads. Roundheads means there is a cap in every members of that. There are caps who supported the common peoples. Parliament opposed the Pope. For that, they known as the roundheads. They must have it like your Aam Aadmi Party. You will see where you will see that Aam Aadmi Party. You will see that the white cap with his that is some their logo is there and then Aam Aadmi Party.
ସାର୍ ଝାଡୁ ବୋଧେ ତାଙ୍କର ଚିହ୍ନ।
ହଁ ଝାଡୁ 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 ମାନେ ସେଇ କଥାଟା କହୁଛି ସେମାନେ କଣ ଦୁଇ ଭାଗରେ ବିଭକ୍ତ ହେଇଗଲେ। ଯେମିତି ଆମ୍ ଆଦମୀ ପାର୍ଟିର କଣ ହେଲା ସେମାନେ ଯେମିତି କଣ କରୁ ତମେ ଯୋଉଠି ଦେଖିବ ସେ ହ୍ୱାଇଟ ପିନ୍ଧିଥିବେ ତାଙ୍କ ମୁଣ୍ଡରେ ଗୋଟେ ଟୋପିଟା ଥିବ। ସେମିତି କଣ ବିଜେପିର ଅଛି ସେମିତି ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଗେରୁଆ ବସ୍ତ୍ରଟେ ଅଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ସେମାନେ ପିନ୍ଧୁନାହାନ୍ତି ସବୁଆଡେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଏମାନେ ଯୋଉଠି ଥିବେ ଦେଖିବ ଆମ୍ ଆଦମୀ ପାର୍ଟି ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ପିନ୍ଧିଥିବେ ଯୋଉ ନେହେରୁ ଟୋପି ଭଳିଆ ବା ଲାଲୁ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ରୀଙ୍କ ଟୋପି ଭଳିଆ ଯୋଉ ଲମ୍ବା ଟୋପିଟା ଗୋଟେ ପିନ୍ଧିଥିବେ। ସେଇ ଟାଇମରେ ଅନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ଡୋଜ କଣ ହେଲା ନା ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଗୋଟେ ସେମାନେ ସପୋର୍ଟ କଲେ କାହାକୁ ତ କମନ ପିପୁଲ ପାର୍ଲିଆମେଣ୍ଟ ଆପେଣ୍ଡାଲ that is the round heads. So then what happened to us? Their aims is what? Cavalry's aims come thila. Their aims was to protect the king because they belongs to the supporter of that royals and the king. Then round heads to save the parliament. Then Ram parliament with the king of Cromwell's king's parliament will come. Oliver Cromwell would another person will come. Because of why Oliver Cromwell? Suddenly King Charles I attacked the parliament with the 400 soldiers. Keeping in hand 400 soldiers, he marched into their parliament and drive all the roundhead members of that parliament and go back, and you have no need to be a representative of that parliament. It drive and in physical assault with that. Then come to the Oliver Cromwell. The people of that roundheads, they elected that Oliver Cromwell will be our next king. The Oliver Cromwell was the most favorite of that parliament in roundheads people. Then comes the two type of houses. You know that how many systems in the parliament? There is two houses. Can you name that? We can say.
ଲୋକସଭା ରାଜ୍ୟସଭା।
Right. Very good. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Two houses. The permanent house and another the temporary elected every 5 years. Who is the big house? Who is the permanent house?
ଲୋକସଭା ହଉଛି ବଡ କିନ୍ତୁ ପରମାନେଣ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ରାଜ୍ୟସଭା।
Rajya Sabha. Very good. Then the two houses come that is formed in that House of Commons and House of Lords. In this name, the House of Lords represents upon the Lords representatives, King's representatives, Crown's representatives. House of Commons is the common from artisans, lecturers, common peoples, all general peoples. Then Oliver Cromwell taken charge over the oath of the king. What he did? His work task was remove the all orthodox policies and establishments, which is not favorable to the common. Nowadays, even might have heard that anything that means what happens in I had gone to last month in Delhi and found that some women are gathered near the railway station, that is the metro railway station, and demonstrated that because before 15 days Arvind Kejriwal declared that if Punjab election will win, then women will get 1,000 rupees per month as a pension. It was declared by the chief minister. But people of Delhi, particularly the women of Delhi, what they happened? They thought that Kejriwal had not won in that Punjab, but he declared that 1,000 will be given. But we the people elected 67 members of the parliament, which is the absolute majority, with a record-breaking majority. But we don't have a single pen. No, we will protest that. First, you pay me us that 1,000 rupees in Delhi, then you will declare that Punjab women will get 1,000 rupees. Mind it? Understood? আরে বুঝি পাচ্ছ না?
Yes, sir.
पंजाब जमती से डिक्लेयर करदेले जे आमे पंजाब इलेक्शन if you win the election in that Punjab, then definitely the women of the Punjab should get 1,000 rupees. But if that news spread in the Delhi, the women of Delhi make a dharana that first pay us 1,000 rupees because we have elected on a city record-breaking win, not a simple majority with record-breaking. Then what happened then? Oliver Cromwell, then all orthodox people, all policies removed and became the popular. Because it is a benefit of the common people. If you become the common, if you become the member of or a prominent member of that state, you should have do something for the people of your own. Then dissolve the Ram Parliament. The Ram Parliament which you protect always to the king. Where emerged the law was petitioners. No titles, no kings, nothing else is required for that. You know that in England, always a law system is there. If in the court, Miller, ଓକିଲ ମାନେ ଚିଲାନ୍ତିନି ମିଲର that is the sound is what? My lord. ଜାଣିଛ ନା ନାଇଁ ସେଟା? କିନ୍ତୁ but you find that my lord, sir, what is the meaning of the sir? SIR? You can say. Anybody? No.
No.
SAR stand for slave I remain. SIR. This is the fundamental title of the English people. We are derived this SAR from the English, not in America. Even if you see the SAR everywhere speaking, but in America, Mr. Clinton, Mr. President, Mr. Biden, they'll call that Mr. Not SAR. They don't prefer this type of titles. Mr. President, Mr. Biden, Mr. Bush. These are, but SAR in England. Then it comes the Commonwealth Statute. Commonwealth is all the common. This is simple understanding. The wealth of the property peoples of the state is the common for the. Then come to this lead to the glorious revolution. These are all the causes how the restrictions are imposed by the king, how to do the parliament, cavalry, roundhead. These are the things which would lead to the outbreak of the glorious revolution. There glorious two types of division we find. One is the Tories who supported divine right of the king. One group is the Tories and another group is the Whigs. Tories wanted that God, similarly, king as God. This is divine right. Whatever he has right, that will be kept remain safe or that will be acted. But Whigs people do not want. The two groups are another stuff. They are the landed aristocracy. Then Whigs are also in the habeas corpus. We know that our right in our constitutional rights, right to freedom, right to procedures or trial and punishment, right to arbitrary, right to everything, right to protest, right to speak, right everything right. There are Whigs people. Then Parliament favored another words that is means Hollander King William and Mary. The Parliament is favored that William and Mary will come forward and take as the charge of the king instead of the Charles past. Because William and Mary is very popular in those days with their activities in social reclamations. Then after what happens, the Bill of Rights, which rights has of the Parliament. Bill of Rights, all the bills will be passed only by the Parliament. Nobody else. Only Parliament has a right to pass the own bills. With the consent of Parliament, no bill will be passed. So Mary and William and Mary, they became the king of after this revelation. Why I am just cussing of the revelation because of that revelation has not bloodshed is not there, but it was a restoration, restriction, restriction against the will of the king. Then it also completely became the new religion. Some believe in the Catholic, some in the Protestant. Then you will just like you see that what Kabir କହିଲେ ନାନକ କଣ କହିଲେ ତମେ ଗୃହସ୍ଥ ଜୀବନ ହେଇକି ମଧ୍ୟ ତମେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଡାକିପାରିବ ବା ଡାକିବ but what Buddha said no, if you want to meet the gods you have to sacrifice everything because what he had done for the society. The Buddhism comes before the Buddhism there was a Jainism which was more complicated but not suitable. Then that means some things has been restriction or has been come down. For that reason, it was acceptable to everyone. The religious conflict became more. Some Catholic Church, Protestant Church, some believe the Catholic, old and Orthodox, some believe in the Protestant. Then come to the intellectual people, intellectual theories, the professors, lecturers, philosopher. They are come with their writings and stories to suppress this repression. Then question definitely will come whenever you look at whether it is a war or a civil war. You may say some people will maybe argue with the student style of writings that say that necessarily it is a war because when Charles first entered in the parliament with 400 soldiers, that is what became the war. But there is no Protestant. Though there are Protestant, but they bloodshed was not happened. It is just a civil war. This is a for policy for restoration of the constitution to keep safeguard of the constitution. That was the war. This is the only war in the world which no bloodshed happened. Glorious. For that reason, it is glorious. Though it is revelation against the king, crown, royalist, pope, but it is a glorious only because of that it had happened nothing and caused and damaged nothing more. Then it is like impact. There is various impact on laid down on the society. What was impact? The political impact, the system of administration, grouping, political party formations, then economics. Economic that means I have already told you taxes are burden of a taxes, production low, price is high, then involvement with wars. These were the impact. Then foreign policy expansion was going on, houses and colonialism to capture another countries and struggles between the two parties. Then come to the restoration. How it became to restore? Then with the help of the king and William and Mary, the restoration came and took place in that country. This was the end of the glorious revelations. But the glorious revelation is the only you see that American War of Revelation. Many bloodshed happened. But you see that in the people of England, what happened? Only the glorious revelation. Nothing happened. They are tolerated and very authenticated. On that the 7th century it was happened. But we the people who 20th century got our freedom. Then we will come to our next unit, that 7th unit, that is modern science. Modern science, philosophy, social science, you are taking a history. Whether history is arts or science or anything, or social science, we can say. From your side, please respond. Whether history will be regarded as arts, science, social science, and which is most appropriate?
Social science.
Social science. Why?
ସାମାଜିକ ତ ମାନେ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତାକୁ ସବୁ ଜଡ଼ିତ ଥାଏ ନା।
Now, the systematic story with a scientific approach. Science term means it is empirical. Empirical means experimental. Without the experiment, we cannot make this consider as a science. You say, sir, history has not yes, it is expert. It is scientific approaches. Whatever I cannot write anything on my own. It is just database. Data is there. Some sculpture is there. Koran temple is there. Sun temple is there. Jagannath temple is there. It is shows the truthness. How artisans will. That's it truth. The how technician was involved in those days. How there is no masonry was there. How they taken the big stone to high of the temples. How artist has made out in the groundwork or in the air. Then the question will come. There is scientific approach. That means it's a systematic study. That must be systematic and with scientific approach. That is social science. It considers the economics, political science, and philosophy. These are all the social sciences. Then science developed. Science, which is the experiment, find out only one thing. Hydrogen 2 and oxygen 1 will be atom. Then who will be do that? That definitely will, same result will come out. No second result will come out. Oil will not come, petrol will not come out. That means it is based on truth, empirical. That should be clear. Then scientific approach is coming. Then science developed by the historians. We can say the science, history of science, or history of physics, history of chemistry. That's a history. One of my students, I think 5 years back, said, "Sir, why should I take history as a subject?" I told him, why did you take it? I said, I do not know. Someone told me to take a history. Also, in that reason, I have general taken. Okay. I said, tell me why. What is the importance of the history? I told him, I do not know in which profession you are in that, and in which parameter you calculating that history is in that sense. But my parameter is different. Can you forget your father and mother? Can you forget the date of birth? Can you forget your diseases? For an example, I am giving. Yesterday you had a headache or anything, stomach problem or fever, anything. Then next day you will go for a physician or a doctor. Then doctor certainly asks the back history. Where did you go there? Which water you taken? Was it cold water or warm water? Anything? What food you have taken? Where the place is there? Why they're asking? To diagnose your proper disease, whether you are in that. Because history is your part and partial. Can you forget your father? Because I do not know whether my father or mother have given birth or not. That is true. You cannot forget your family. You cannot forget your father, mother, ancestors. That is the history. It is a part of your life. There is life history. It may be called as a natural science. He could say, sorry, it is not natural science because it deals with nature. Napoleon had known to that before coming to that expedition. He started in the wrong way, wrong season. The heavy rainfall and stopped him to come in India. If he had come to India, the history would have been written in differently in the manuscript. Had changes a phone, then the history would have been written in differently. That means it deals with all sort of things. It's guided to future, not to do that, another mistake. Because of what we have done in that part, in their past, it's guided to future. It's not in present. It creates lessons. You may say that when you feel failure is the pillar of success. Why do you say that failure is the pillar of success? Because you fail and you learn something. If you learn something, then definitely next exams I will do that. I will not make a mistake in that. That is that helps in history. Am I clear? Hello, can you hear me? Please respond.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then there were the historians. Then comes the women development of science. Women came forward to science. That is patriarchal and matriarchal family, which male dominated family was that. Male was the supreme authority of the family. Whatever the decision taken by the male person only in the family. Till now it is continuing. But now I cannot say. Today today society is different. Different or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That means female is the dominator of the family. Something is right. No, it is a mutual understanding. Even family, some families are females are dominated and some families are males are dominated. But where we have seen that that means male dominated family. It is actually orthodox. Very what? It's, it is not a sometimes you find that it's not a systematic. In female only some systematic. But overrule by female is also bad in the society. Then in science development in science and comfort in those days, particularly women came forward with their views, scientific methods, scientific inventions, then the philosophical evidence and scientific approaches. These are the they come. Before going to that science, we have to analyze the nature of science. What's the nature? And science, how can it say that? It is true, 100% true. You can manipulate any philosophy in 30%, not more than 30%. You can manipulate it. Manipulate is possible in the social science. If same things, observation. I will say that you go for the research on observation. You will just go at that road. You will observe how many trucks has passing in this road. Because of truck or tractors, that roads are become rough. Your observation, I will send another person to the same place, no another day or any same day. Your observation and their another person's observation is different because of that your philosophical mind and their philosophy. But in science, it is not different. It is 200%. It is valid. It develop the knowledge, value added, worthy, truth. These are the science nature, which deals the science. That means science is 100%. I mean, A chemical, B chemical, the result will be same. But suppose anybody will do that, then definitely same the result. But if any study or scientific or social science or philosophy, you can add something, and that is more maximum up to 30%. That will be not possible. In population study, you will say that how many population in that local, that is a slum area, slum dule areas. How we say that how rickshaw pullers are in moving in the town of the Bhubaneswar. There is no rickshaw puller there. Only auto rickshaw driver are there. But what is the reason behind? Fine, that will possibly 30% there. Then development. How the science has developed day by day. In which sector? Mathematics, physics, geometry, astronomy. These are the fields they developed. Nicholas Copernicus, I think that is 1477 to 48, 1548. Heaven is space. That because the earth, the same things which is developed by the Galileo by his invention of the telescope. First, the Copernicus was there, and astronomy also does. And another thing is that the music. Do you know music? What is the value of the music? Even the music is not there. What happened? Music, if You must know that music also cure the diseases. It gives the peace, tranquility. It gives the self-satisfaction. This is developed by in those days. Then you see Sir Isaac Newton, the theory of gravitation, sitting 42 and 27. That is gravitational theory. Many people before Newton and they tell that that apple is from falling sky to down. But why not right? That's the people who have debated. That is a three theories that Newton's first law, second law, and third law. Principle of mathematics, principle of law, and geometricians. Then he started the mathematical as a tool. I have already told in your next class, I think. What is the contribution of India to the world? That means zero. Zero means nothing. India has contributed nothing to the world. But another sense you could analyze that India has contributed zero. That means a numerical digit. Without zero, mathematics calculation not possible. That's the great donation to the world. Mathematics. Then come to the John Napier, the theory of logarithm. Then calculus. Then come to your engineering, technology, economics, medicine, astronomy. These are the science we would able to reach in those days. Medicine, different type of medicine to cure their diseases. Astronomy, calculations, calendar. Who is the first and foremost calendar in the world? You can say that is Chinese calendar, Gregorian calendar. But that civilization tells on that civilization. But the people of in practical way, they calculated the calendar, use of the calendar. Economics, statistics, engineering, astronomy, and medicine. In the field of medicine, they develop. You must have all the Nobel Prize on medicine, physics goes to that foreign countries. I think hardly economics in Amartya Sen last Nobel and a peace for peace and for literature we're getting. And another is science and mathematics Bhabai and C.V. Raman. We could analyze these things. Development of quantitatives. William Gilbert, another scientist. The theory of magnetism, electrical, and magnetism phenomena. How the magnetism is with the electrical. Then William Henry, they invented the blood and fertilization, and blood circulation. How blood is circulating in the bodies. Then we come to the chemistry, the development of chemistry. Before you use of the ball pen, there was the ink. How the ink will come out, dyes, paint, painting for the painting purpose, chemical uses, cosmetic for to facial. Now you are using also in that cosmetics, leather tannings, and indigo. That means color. Which color and mixed in that another color will come back. That is the chemistry. Then it comes most important is liquor, wine. Even if people nowadays what is the cough syrup is using for the purpose of the wine. Before that, wine was in that those days too used by the peoples based on experimental ways, experimental with the mercury. Then we come under the role of the woman, the role of a woman in the field of science. What are the important? That is all all the things are done by the male or participant or male dominated and male discoveries. The women discoveries come. Women, Miriam Wilkman, astronomy calendar. Yeah, calendar as published in the Luna BC. Luna BC is the most important. There is a story. She had 12 children. Once the children take birth, he handed over to the maid nurse, then he fled over to his work. Here is interesting story that in our state we were taking the 6 month leave for to give birth a child or 3 months leave before that. These are the, but in those days what happens? That Luna Bisi what she was doing? She was doing and only gave birth and just gave birth and hand over to maid nurse and get to his own work. And he was the first woman physics professor in the world. Mind it. Laura Bisi, the first physics professor in the world. Then come to our
ସାର୍
calculator and mathematics.
ଆଉଥରେ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
Laura, Loura, Bassa, Basi, Laura Basi. Loura, Laura Basi, Bassa. 1711 to 1778. First professor of physics in Oman. He studied electricity. His invention was electricity and air pressure. How air pressure is coming with the help of the electricity. That was his invention. Not only for that, we can say that only men have done some everything discovery done by the mind people. No, women has come in those days. When the Orthodox people that in those days, the women were indulged or involvement, self-involved with the family activities. She had 12 children. Once children birth and she did not take care of that. And once he met her after when he saw and that child will grown up on 7 years or 12 years. Because of the free mind, you cannot do anything who is not free. The thinking, research, creativeness will come only after when you will free. If you are free, then the creativeness, the research gap, anything new things, new idea, new invention will come into your mind. Otherwise, nothing. With this, the next topic is there enlightenment is there American war. Another topic also American war of revelation. That topic also theory of philosophy. Garibaldi, Diderot, Montesquieu. These are the philosophy. But before that, we have to recap in Unit 1, 7th century BC Europe. What is the general crisis? Economic, political, social, and zero controls. There is a lot of debate on that. What is the origin of the crisis? Zero crisis, agrarian crisis, monetary crisis. Another tectonic, the ecological. And most important was the economic crisis. And the 30 years wars with Spain. That was the most important. Then come to the second unity or colonization, mercantile. How mercantile ideas and policy. But the Dutch peoples and Spain peoples came forward to houses in other countries, England and France and other countries. Nature of expansion. What is the nature? To rule over the other countries. Migration, settlement, and mercantile. Then there started the plantation economies. Then started another group started formed for service whole period of life, slave system. Became. Then religions, diversity came in third unit. Reformation and counter reformations. Go with Protestant and a new group started Catholic. Radical reformation in Europe. Religious diversity and tolerance. Then also come to the intellectual trends, background of intellectual trends, disbelief, theory of disbelief, skepticism, rationalism based on the gene, empiricism. Just now we have scientific method, experimental. Role of Backward, Gassendi, John Locke, Thomas Hobbes. The people they come here to contribute for the society. Then come to the art and the culture society. Visual art, architecture, painting, sculpture, fine art, growth of literature. I have told you, books, printing technology. Then come to the how the Fungus family and Medici family. Then come to your commercialization of commercial revolution, bill of exchange, treasury, stock exchange, bank, insurance, credit, debit, all the systems we have already. Risk coverage, trade and exchange. These are the stories we have completed in minutes. Next chapter will be just highlighted on all the chapters in those days. That also theory chapters. What Montesquieu said, what the variable cell, what is the Rousseau said, what is the importance of that theory, how is it important relevant to nowadays. That will be discussed. Then European state, how the state systems became more, and how the state became framed in such manner. You see that the impact of one country revolution to another country is also laid down. This is the study. Anything, any question? Because we are just passing our times, only 5 minutes left. If you have any problems and any come forward to put your question or chat box, I am here pleasant session learning for your questions. Anything? No question chat box. Today your class is done 6 to 7?
No, sir.
Yeah?
Sir, ଆଜି
Your
ଗୋଟେ
class?
ହିଁ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଅଛି।
ଆଜି ଗୋଟିଏ ଅଛି?
ହଁ।
ନାଇଁ another start ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ 6ଟା 7ଟା 1110 110 ତମର ଅଛି 110?
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଆଜି ଆଉ ନାହିଁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ତମର 110 ଅଛି କି ମାନେ ବହି ମାନେ ଯୋଉ
ଅଛି
BHIC ସେଟା ତ
ଅଛି।
ଅଛି ଆଜି ତ ଅଛି 6 ରୁ 7ଟା ଅଛି ତ ସେଦିନ ମିସ୍ କଲ ଏଇ କ୍ଲାସ ଟା ମିସ୍ କରିଥିଲ କାଲି ପରଦିନ ତମ କ୍ଲାସ ନେଇଥିଲି ବୋଧେ ତ ମିସ୍ କରିଥିଲ। Please do join all the participants 6 to 7
ଆଜ୍ଞା
110 ତମର ଅଛି ତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର?
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଇଏ କିଏ ସମସ୍ତେ ଅଛି ତ? ତାହେଲେ ତମେ ତ କ୍ଲାସ କରିବା କଥା ତମେ 6ଟା 7ଟା ତମ କ୍ଲାସ ହଉଛି ତମେ କାହିଁ କରୁନ?
ସାର୍ ସାଇଟ୍ ଅନ୍ ହଉନି।
ସମୟ ହଉନି?
ଅନ୍ ହଉନି, ସାଇଟ୍ ଅନ୍ ହଉନି।
ଅନ୍ ହଉନି ସାଇଟ୍ ଖୋଲୁନି?
ଖୋଲୁ ନାହିଁ, ସେଦିନ ବହୁତ ଟ୍ରାଏ କଲେ ହେଲାନି।
କାଲି ସେଦିନ ତ ଖୋଲିଥିଲା ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଲି ବହୁତ କିଛି କାଲି ପହରଦିନ ଥିଲା
ପରଦିନ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ ହିଁ ଆପଣ କଲେ 4ଟାରୁ 5ଟା, ତାପରେ ଆଉ 2ଟା କ୍ଲାସ ମୁଁ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରିଲିନି।
ଓହୋ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରିଲାନି। ଆଚ୍ଛା ସେଇଟା ଅଲଗା କଥା, କିନ୍ତୁ କାଲି ସେଦିନ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଲା ଟିକେ ଲେଟ୍ ରେ ହଉଛି ଜଏନ୍ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି, କାହିଁକିନା ସେ ବହୁତ ଲେଟ୍ କଲେ 15 ମିନିଟ୍ ଲେଟ୍ ରେ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଲା। ସମସ୍ତେ ଟ୍ରାଏ କର 6ଟା 7ଟା ପୁଣି ଆନନ୍ଦ କ୍ଲାସ ଦିଆ। ତମର ସେଇଟା ବୋଧେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଉପରେ ଅଛି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଏଇଟା ତ 2ଟା ତମର ଚାପ୍ଟର ଅଛି, ତମର ରାଇଜ ଅଫ ମଡର୍ନିଷ୍ଟ 1 and ମଡର୍ନିଷ୍ଟ 2, but that class is also 6ଟା 7ଟା 6ଟା 7ଟା ଅଛି। ଯାହାର 110 ଅଛି ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଥିବ ନା, ଏଟା ତ ଜଣଙ୍କର ନଥିବ ନା। ତମ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଥିବ ତ 110 BHIC, that means polity or what I do not know, that Indian history of Indian 757 to 87, Indian polity, society and economies 8th century। ठीक ଅଛି, any questions from your side? ତମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଜଏନ୍ କର 6ଟା 7ଟା ଯୋଉ କ୍ଲାସ ଟା ହଉଛି ଜଏନ୍ କର। ଯଦି ନ ହଉଛି ଆମର ସେ ସାର୍ କୁ ଟିକେ ପଚାର, ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ ବାବୁ କି ଅଜିତ ବାବୁ ଥିବେ କ୍ଲାସ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରୁନି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଫୋନ ନମ୍ବର ଥିବ ଟିକେ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କର ଯେ କାହିଁ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରୁନି ହେଲା, ଟିକେ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିକି ତମର 2ଟା କ୍ଲାସ ତମର 110 ଅଛି ତ 110 ଅଛି ତ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସବଜେକ୍ଟ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଅଛି ସାର୍।
ଅଛି ମାନେ ତମର କ୍ଲାସ୍ ହବ 6 ରୁ 7 ସେଟା। ଆଉ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତ 4 ରୁ 5ଟା ଗଲା, 5ଟା 6ଟା ଆଜି ବ୍ରେକ୍। ତମର ବୋଧେ ଆଉ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଥିବ 5ଟା 6ଟା।
5ଟାରୁ 6ଟା କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଅଛି ଆଉ।
ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତାପରେ ଆସିବ ତମର 6ଟାରୁ 7ଟା କ୍ଲାସ୍। ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ୍ ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ସେଟା। ଆର୍ଥରିକ ମୁଁ ସେ ଅନଲାଇନ୍ ବହୁତ ସମୟ ରହିଲି, ପ୍ରାୟ 30 ମାସ no more has joined। ତମେ ଏଇଟା ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରିପାରେସନ୍ ହେଲା। ତମେ ଆର୍ଥରିକ ଅର୍ଣ୍ଣାମେଣ୍ଟ କେହି ଜାଣିନ ନା ତମ ପାଖକୁ ନୋଟିସ୍ ଯାଇନି?
ସାର୍ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ମେଲ୍ ଯାଇଛି।
ହଁ ମେଲ୍ ଯାଇଛି ମାନେ ମାନେ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ଆକର୍ଡିଂଲି, ଦ ଟାଇମ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଫିକ୍ସଡ। ଆଉ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରୁନି ଟିକେ ମେସେଜ କରିଦବ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ, ଯୋଉ ମେସେଜ ଆସିଥିବ, ସାର୍ वी आर नॉट एबल टू जॉइन इट। ମୋର ବି ସେମିତି ଜଏନ୍ ହଉନଥିଲା, ବହୁତ ଲେଟ୍ ରେ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଲା। That was the problem. If there is a problem, then it will be solved it immediately, so that others members and others participants will join. Please do join, and that time is fixed, 7 to 6 to 7. Only 3 classes. Then after your day after tomorrow, then tomorrow is your first day of the year. Happy New Year, everybody, to Happy New Year with a advance. Little bit your time of 3 to 4 hours left, I think. Then we will welcome the new year of 2022. Okay.
Yes sir.
With this, we should wind up this sessions, and I expect that all the members or the participants in this sessions will be joined by 6 o'clock rightly, so that our next class will be started. Only 1 hour classes. This is not a physical mode classes. You have to go elsewhere and take the classes. Only that means online or virtual mode of communication. If it is virtual mode of question, please take its advantages and be participation and participate actively, and put your questions if any doubt in your mind. Then class will be ended. That will not will be one man that will whatever I will say and will say, but there is a discussion between only. If it is in physical mode, the class would have been different. As it is this is online mode, that is virtual mode, the time is restricted, and within that time we have to finish all sort of the course and all sort of the classes. That means 3 classes in 3 hours, we have to cover all units. That means all units is not possible, but we will try to cover. But some important units, there one on chapter or one unit which is the most important. It will take 1 unit or 2 or 3 classes. But here it is only that provision. For this reason, you are all that means requested to join by the time we have already provided. Thank you all. Rest, great evening. Thank you to all.
Thank you sir.